Welcome back to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site, we have Lauren Rublin. She is the Senior Managing Editor over at Barron's with the results from the Barron's Big Money Poll. It's great to have you with us, Lauren. And this is twice a year you do the Barron's Big Money Poll, and there's some pretty significant information in here. Tell us more about it.
The Big Money Poll was started almost 30 years ago, and it's a poll of institutional investors across the country, really. And as far as I know, we're the only publication that polls institutional investors. Some banks and brokerages poll clients, but we are the only media company doing it.
All right, now let's run through some of the higher talking points here. Money managers, it looks like they're starting to become more cautious following the big run that we've had in the markets.
They are. I think you'd expect it after 10 years of a bull market, but we noticed 49% of the people responding to the poll said they are bullish. That's less than half, and it's less than we saw when we did the fall poll. But they still a higher number than the bears and the neutral camp, for sure.
All right. Now, in terms of the Fed, I saw a big talking point in there was what should the Fed do next?
My read from the poll is that the Fed should do nothing, that it should sit on its hands. The money managers generally don't want the Fed to raise rates. They don't want the Fed to lower rates. They are in favor of the Fed shrinking its balance sheet, as it has been doing, and that's about it.
Right.
They want steady as it goes.
All right, now we're getting really into the thick of the election season that's coming up in 2020. It sounds far away, but it really isn't. Another thing in there too that was asked, Trump 2020. What are money managers thinking about that?
Well, we always ask political questions. We find it interesting to gauge answers, even this early, which, as you say, it seems like the thick of things, but it's a bit early. And our poll found that a good number of money managers, certainly a plurality, think that Trump will win the election. They think the Democratic candidate will be Joe Biden. And we ask about policy, and they think that the biggest priority for the administration and Congress is to work on entitlement programs and to get federal spending down.
All right, now do any of these larger talking points, does it say anything about market outlook or how they're looking towards the next 16, 18 months?
It says that while they think the market in the main is fully valued, it doesn't mean it can't go higher. And when we ask questions about what they're buying, they are definitely buyers of technology, buyers of healthcare, buyers of telecoms. So they see things to buy, there are values in the market. It doesn't really tell us where the market is heading. Their outlook target-wise is not enormous. But markets have a way of surprising us, don't they?
Yes, they do. We certainly saw that over the weekend. Anything that you've noticed over the past couple of polls that has been a significant change?
I think the percentage of bulls has been slipping. But again, that's what you would expect as the market itself keeps rising.
All right. Now, when's the next poll come out? Is it every 6 months?
Every 6 months, so it'll be sometime in October.
All right. Well, that'll be interesting. We're just less than a year away from the election. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us at
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.